In the early hours of March 8, 2014, a routine flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing turned into one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history. Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, a Boeing 777-200ER, vanished without a trace. 227 passengers, 12 crew members, and a modern aircraft all seemingly lost, never to be found. What happened to this flight, and why have we never found it? Was it a tragic accident, or something more sinister? Could we have missed a crucial piece of evidence? Or is the truth buried somewhere deep beneath the vast expanse of the Indian Ocean? In this video, we're going to explore the theories, the evidence, and the untold stories of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370. Stay with us as we dive deep into one of the greatest mysteries in modern aviation history. Before the disappearance, Flight MH370 was just another routine journey for Malaysia Airlines, a trusted carrier with a strong reputation. Malaysia Airlines had been in operation for decades, flying thousands of passengers across the globe. The Boeing 777-200ER was known as one of the safest and most reliable long-haul aircraft in the world, designed for both comfort and efficiency. The flight was set to leave Kuala Lumpur International Airport, KUL, at 12:35 a.m., headed to Beijing. On board were 227 passengers, tourists, business travelers, families, and 12 crew members. Among them was Captain Zaharie Ahmad Shah, a respected pilot with over 18,000 flight hours under his belt. Alongside him was First Officer Farik Abdul Hamid, a younger pilot with a promising future. Both men were considered experts in their field, and nothing suggested this flight would end in disaster. But as the plane ascended, heading into the night sky, no one could have predicted the tragic turn of events that was about to unfold. Just 40 minutes into the flight, at 1:19 a.m., something strange happened. MH370's transponder, the device that communicated the plane's location to air traffic control, was turned off. This sudden silence marked the moment that the aircraft vanished from radar. The final communication from the cockpit was a simple, calm phrase, "Good night, Malaysian 370. But the plane didn't simply fall from the sky. Satellite data, from a communication system called ACARS, showed that the aircraft continued flying for several hours after losing radar contact. This data was crucial. Without it, the search for MH370 might have never begun. Using this satellite data, investigators narrowed the possible flight path of the plane, leading them to a remote region of the southern Indian Ocean. But despite the growing search efforts, MH370 remained elusive, as though it had vanished into thin air. As the search for the missing plane began, it quickly became one of the largest and most complex operations in aviation history. Authorities from multiple countries joined the hunt. Planes, ships, and submarines scoured thousands of square miles of the ocean floor. The vastness of the Indian Ocean, combined with the lack of concrete leads, made this search seem like an impossible task. The breakthrough came in 2015, when a piece of wreckage, later confirmed to be from MH370, was found on the shores of Reunion Island, thousands of miles from the plane's last known location. It was a flaperon, a part of the wing. This discovery confirmed the worst: the plane had gone down somewhere in the Indian Ocean. But where exactly? And why was the plane so far off course? As soon as the news broke, theories began to emerge, some plausible, some far more bizarre. One of the most controversial ideas was that the pilot, Captain Zaharie Ahmad Shah, intentionally diverted the plane. This theory gained traction when investigators discovered flight simulator data from Zaharie's personal computer. The data suggested that he had practiced flight paths resembling the one MH370 took after losing contact. Could Zaharie have deliberately flown the plane off course? Was it a suicide mission? Or was there something more to this theory? Despite his professional reputation, Zaharie's personal life came under scrutiny. His actions before the flight, such as deleting files from his home computer, raised suspicions. But there was no direct evidence proving he intentionally crashed the plane. His family and colleagues were shocked by these allegations, and many still argue that the theory lacks solid proof. Another theory suggested a hijacking. 2 passengers aboard the flight had boarded using stolen passports, fueling fears of a terrorist attack. Investigators followed every lead and traced their identities, but no links to terrorist groups were found. The hijacking theory slowly lost steam, but the idea of deliberate action, perhaps by someone on board, continued to linger. Could it have been a catastrophic mechanical failure or fire that caused MH370 to veer off course? Some experts believe a sudden fire, possibly in the plane's cargo hold or electrical systems, could have incapacitated the crew and led to a loss of control. Without a distress signal, however, this theory remains speculative. The complexity of modern aircraft means that even a seemingly minor issue could have disastrous consequences. Some believe the crew may have tried to regain control but failed. Still, this theory doesn't fully explain why the plane flew for hours before crashing, and why no distress signal was sent. Another theory, one that has captivated the imagination of many, is that the plane was intentionally rerouted, perhaps to avoid radar detection. The idea is that someone on board or even an external force may have known how to manipulate the plane's flight path, guiding it to a remote location in the ocean. Some even speculate that the disappearance could involve UFOs, or other unexplained phenomena. While these ideas are dismissed by experts, they persist in conspiracy circles. The psychology behind these theories is intriguing. When faced with an unsolvable mystery, people tend to look for answers that defy logic. In 2018, a final search effort led by Ocean Infinity used some of the most advanced technology available, autonomous underwater vehicles and sonar systems, to scan the ocean floor in a last-ditch attempt to find the wreckage. But once again, the search ended in failure. The final search area was enormous, stretching across thousands of square miles. The technology, while state-of-the-art, simply couldn't cover the vastness of the ocean floor. And so, once again, the world was left with more questions than answers. For the families of the passengers and crew, the pain of uncertainty has been unbearable. The mystery of MH370 has haunted them for years, leaving them without closure. Despite the passage of time, they continue to search for answers, hoping for the truth. Around the world, people are still captivated by the mystery of MH370. Is it an unsolved puzzle, or is the truth out there waiting to be found? As of today, the final location of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370 remains one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history. Could it be a tragic accident, a deliberate act, or something even more extraordinary? No matter the theory, the truth remains elusive. What do you think happened to Flight MH370? Let us know in the comments below. And if you'd like to stay updated on more deep dives into unsolved mysteries, be sure to subscribe to Crime Depth and hit the bell icon for notifications.